regardless of whether or not you practice semen retention, regardless of whether or not you tease your weasel or not tease your weasel, in my humble but strong opinion on this subject, you should never, ever, ever watch porn for another second in your life ever again. If you still choose to tease your weasel, grease your pipe, and in my opinion, that's something you probably shouldn't do neither, but okay, you know, if you're gonna do that, just for the sake of everything that is holy, do not do it to pornography. Do not watch porn. Just use your imagination if you must, okay? If you still want to do that, just use your imagination, okay? This industry is extremely destructive, and I have 3 reasons that I want to share with you as to why you should never watch porn ever again. Okay, so let's get on with it. Reason number 1. This sinister, evil industry is essentially giving you your sex ed. That's what it is. Basically, when you watch porn, you're getting your sexual education, your sex ed classes from the industry, from this highly sinister, highly evil industry. Understand this. The primary reason for the existence of the porn industry is not money, although that is a strong reason, but it is not the primary reason. The primary reason for the existence of the porn industry is to corrupt the minds of the youth, and then to continue and consolidate that corruption as the youth comes out of their youth stage and continue to watch porn, so they continue to reinforce this corruption. Basically, when you're watching porn, if you're young, you're getting your sex ed from porn, and if you're older, you're reinforcing that sex ed. This industry is highly sinister. I'm telling you guys, the primary reason for the existence of the porn industry is not money. They do make a shit ton of money, but it is not money. It is the deliberate corruption of the minds of the youth, and then the consolidation of that corruption. As people are no longer young, they continue to watch it. The way porn is made, it essentially hijacks certain parts of the brain. Whenever you're watching porn, there's like the cocktail of hormones, neurotransmitter, essentially drugs that your body produces. And it makes this experience highly, highly addictive. Highly addictive. And it puts you in a certain hypnotic state. And in that state, it implants your brain with a host of corrupt imagery, corrupt fantasies. And that takes me to reason number 2, right? So they're basically both connected, really. Reason number 1, you're getting your sex ed and getting it reinforced from a highly corrupt industry. Reason number 2, you're getting perverted imagery, perverted fantasies, perverted visuals implanted into your brain, thus perverting an otherwise beautiful experience, beautiful sacred vehicle to make love, to express love, to come to union with the divine masculine or the divine feminine, and also come to union with the higher forces, the God forces, the higher forces, the light forces. But in the case of watching pornography, the type of imagery that's being displayed, the type of fantasies that is being displayed, the type of stimulation that's being displayed, it is deliberately designed to pervert the experience and implant your mind with corruption. So people, when people get addicted to porn, first they watch something. So let's say, I don't know, let's say Jesus Christ, let's say the pizza guy comes in and delivers the pizza, and then, you know, the woman likes his package, right? He's got a big package, not just this package, but he's got another package in there, all right? And then boom, you know. So let's say you're the watcher, and then you get turned on by that, and then after a little while, that's not enough. That doesn't do it for you anymore. And then you have to dig into like the darker aspects of this. So you go and look up, what is it? Incest, for whatever reason, because you can't get stimulated anymore. You know, you have to go through to something forbidden, right? And it works with humans that if something's forbidden, you know, it can become a turn on, right? And then you do that, and then after a while that doesn't turn you on anymore, right? And then you have to like go into like this crazy BDMS type thing, you know, the woman and the man is beating up the woman and blah blah blah, and like it's not enough. It's just it's basically they're using the same techniques that they use with food. You know, first, if you're fasting, for instance, you have a piece of fruit. Oh my God, a mango is like heavenly. But then after a few days, that's not enough. So now you have to go for chocolate. And after a while, that's not enough. So you have to go for like a cake, which is like this complex thing with fat and butter and sugar and all that. And after a while, that's not enough. So you have to go to like this, try this new restaurant. It works the same way. It's never enough because your brain, your mind and body want more and more and more. They're never satisfied. And so they're using the same techniques they use with food, but they're doing it with porn as well. And systematically and over time, they're perverting you, essentially. They're perverting your sexuality, your sexual thoughts, your sexual behavior. All right? So, reason number 3. The industry, the sinister industry, is implanting a lot of unrealistic, unattainable, fabricated standards. You have to realize when you're watching this, when you're watching porn, there are 2 things happening. First of all, so much of what you're seeing, the men and the women, plastic surgeries, drugs, Viagra, all kinds of things are happening. So you're seeing this woman and you're like, whoa, big booties. Oh, whoa, big kaboobies, right? And not always, but a lot of times you're looking at plastic, you're looking at silicone. And if you're not looking at silicone, if you're looking at someone with, let's say, giant kaboobies and giant ass, all right? That's not the average. That's not what you're going to see when you go out into the world. That's a lot of times the exception. And it works the same way with the men. It's 2 things are happening. If you're looking at someone with a big package down there, right? A man that's got a big package down there. It's either that man is done some injections in there to make it bigger. It's also camera angles and illusions, or it could be that particular male just happens to have that. It's an exception. He's an exception case. It's not the average. It's not the standard. But what happens is the more you watch this, these unrealistic, unattainable, and what's the word I'm looking for? Unrealistic, unattainable, and fake, right? Fake. A lot of it is fake. It's either, you know, again, illusions, camera, or injections or whatever, right? As a woman, the more you watch this and the more your mind gets perverted, right? It gets perverted by this. And then you go out into the world, you go out into the real world, you start dating, right? And if the man does not have a big giant pipe, right? It doesn't even turn you on, doesn't satisfy you anymore. And when you go into the real world, your chances of finding that are slim because that's not actually what's out there in the world. And it works the same thing for men, right? If you're constantly watching women with big kaboobies and big ass, right? And then you go out into the world, that's not what the average is, okay? So you're not even getting turned on because you're not even sensitive. Your body isn't even sensitive to what is real anymore in the real world. All right? And I can go on. There's many other reasons. I want to keep this video under 10 minutes. There are many different reasons here. I just basically picked 3 reasons. So hopefully this convinces you to stop watching this. Just stop it, guys. You know, for the love of everything that is holy. All right? If you're still going to tease your weasel and grease your pipe, you know, just do it your imaginations, okay? At least, you know, keep it here, right here in the moment. Don't go and watch this sinister, evil industry just brainwash you in all kinds of ways, okay? If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more content like this, and that's about it. If you would like to donate to this channel, I have a link down below in the description. I appreciate all generous donations. I also do one-on-one consultations, and that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video.